Lots of people think their family is the best. The Powells might be right. Casey Powell was a 4-time All-American at Syracuse. Ryan Powell was a 4-time All-American as well. And Mikey Powell, yeah, him too, 4 times. But what makes these guys special is that they are far less interested in the dementals and much more interested in the fun. And their style is starting to catch on.
Here we go. Oh, yeah.
People often ask, what makes lacrosse unique? What makes it not just a sport, but a lifestyle? The answer is simple: the stick. Combine the spiritual connection of a surfer and his board, infinite creativity of a skate rat, and the showmanship of a basketball player, and you begin to understand what lacrosse is all about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Having this stick and having this ball that you can try all sorts of different things. Everybody that plays the game handles their stick a little bit differently. They throw the ball a little bit differently. So it's a variety of different things, and it's kind of, you form, whatever you want, stick skills wise, to your own game and your own personality.
Well, the better you are with your stick, the better player you're going to be. We would sleep with our sticks the night before games. Every pair of shorts we had, my mom would put a piece of yarn in and we'd create a holster for our stick to carry around.
That was you. That was only you.
Well, you wore my hand-me-downs.
Holster.
You wore my hand-me-downs.
The world's best stick handlers, Casey, Ryan, and Mikey Powell, are also 3 of the greatest lacrosse players ever. No one plays with the flair and creativity of the Powell brothers. They grew up watching Gary Gait at Syracuse, then began experimenting with new moves in their backyard.
I'm totally one of those guys that would rather go watch a game and watch one of my favorite players play and mimic his moves. I think that growing up with these guys and watching the stuff that they did in the backyard definitely inspired me to push my game to the next level, and we still talk about it. The backyard was definitely some of our best games.
And there was no grass in our backyard. We played so much, and our goal is to really pass this on to the next generation, and hopefully they can push the limits a little bit higher.
The result? Some of the most innovative tricks lacrosse has ever seen. And an overwhelming response from kids. To meet demand, the Powells took what started in their backyard and formed the Powell Hour. It's a trick show that's part Harlem Globetrotters, part and one mixtape tour.
Anytime you have a stick and a ball and you're messing around with it, that's good for your game, no matter what you're doing. You know, it's become something sacred.
The youngest and edgiest of the 3 is Mikey, who calls on a variety of sports for inspiration.
Lacrosse has an edgy feel to it. I think that kids are looking to get away from the traditional sports in a sense. A lot more focus has been shifted with the whole X Games movement on being involved in a cool culture, and I think that lacrosse brings that in a big way. Just saying lacrosse is a beautiful thing to a lot of kids. It's a release for kids, and for me, being a smaller guy, lacrosse gave me a way to release my athleticism. I wasn't going to be in the NBA. I'm not as good as Earl Boykins.
It might seem like working on tricks with crazy names isn't very constructive. Coaches in most sports might not teach their kids moves called the picture taker or the girlfriend getter. But in lacrosse, whether it's hitting the wall or trying new tricks with your friends, nothing is more productive than working on your stick skills.
Their father comes up and says, "Hey, Ryan, thanks a lot. You wouldn't believe Johnny was in the backyard, for 3 hours after the show. He's played wall ball every day, and he's found that lacrosse is his favorite sport now."
The unique thing about the game of lacrosse is that there's still so many different things that we haven't thought of, that we haven't tried yet, that we're going to down the road. Lacrosse is right now new, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's got a long ways to go before you figure out all the creative things that you can do with your stick.
I don't know what I like more, Mikey's sideburn or the comparison to Earl Boykins. Regardless, it's entertaining, certainly, Quinn.